What's really on your plate? Every day we trust our meals to be safe and wholesome, but behind the bright packaging and catchy slogans lies a hidden reality, one we often ignore because it's too unsettling to face. Consider your favorite foods: the seafood at a restaurant, the margarine on your toast, or the ketchup on your fries. What if these everyday staples had hidden secrets about their production and ingredients? From ethical issues to health risks and bizarre origins, the truth might leave you shocked. Today we're revealing 15 products you may never buy again once you know how they're made. Some will disgust you, others will make you question how these practices are even allowed. Let's start with seafood, a seemingly healthy choice with a far less pristine journey than it appears. 1. Seafood industry. A fishy business. Seafood often comes with the promise of freshness, health, and sustainability. Fish is considered a lean protein packed with omega-3 fatty acids and perfect for a balanced diet, or so we're told. But behind the glimmering ice displays at your local grocery store lies a reality that's far from appetizing. Let's start with the catch. Industrial fishing operations dominate the seafood market, and their practices are anything but ethical. Massive trawlers comb through oceans, casting enormous nets that capture everything in their path. While their goal is to catch marketable fish like tuna or cod, they often sweep up non-target species like dolphins, turtles, and even endangered marine life, a devastating practice known as bycatch. Each year, millions of sea creatures are killed unnecessarily, disrupting delicate marine ecosystems and threatening biodiversity on a global scale. But it's not just the oceans that suffer. Once the fish are hauled onto the decks, their journey doesn't get any better. In industrial settings, fish are often tossed onto the floors of processing plants or trucks, where they're stored in unsanitary conditions. Contaminated water, overcrowding, and improper storage temperatures lead to bacterial growth, making it not only an ethical issue but a direct threat to consumer health. And then there's the environmental impact. Industrial trawlers burn massive amounts of fuel, contributing significantly to greenhouse gas emissions. Overfishing has pushed several fish populations to the brink of collapse, leaving ecosystems struggling to recover. The next time you consider a plate of seafood, ask yourself, is it worth the cost? For those who love seafood, there are alternatives. Look for sustainable options certified by organizations like the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, or try plant-based seafood substitutes that mimic the texture and flavor of real fish without harming the planet. Up next, we move from the depths of the ocean to something much closer to home: margarine. How could something so commonplace hide so many secrets? 2. Margarine, butter's processed twin. Margarine has long been marketed as a healthier alternative to butter, the supposed hero for those watching their cholesterol or seeking a budget-friendly spread. But this seemingly innocent staple hides a production process and ingredient list that could make you rethink what you're spreading on your morning toast. The story of margarine begins with vegetable oils, often derived from soybeans, sunflowers, or palm trees. While these sound healthy enough, the process to transform these liquid oils into a solid spread is anything but natural. These oils undergo intense heating and a chemical process called hydrogenation. Hydrogenation not only changes the consistency of the oil, but also creates trans fats, substances infamous for increasing bad cholesterol, LDL, lowering good cholesterol, HDL, and significantly raising the risk of heart disease. The problems don't stop there. To extract the oils, manufacturers often use chemical solvents like hexane. These solvents are known for their ability to leave behind trace residues that might not be harmful in tiny amounts but raise questions about long-term exposure. Once the oil is extracted, it's bleached to remove its natural color and deodorized to mask any unpleasant smells. To make margarine visually appealing and palatable, artificial colors, emulsifiers, and preservatives are added. Many of these ingredients are synthetic compounds that have raised concerns in health studies. For example, preservatives like BHT, often found in margarine, have been flagged for their potential links to cancer. Add to this the omega-6 fats present in margarine, which can cause chronic inflammation when consumed in excess, and it becomes clear that this so-called healthy spread might not be doing you any favors. As if that weren't enough, Many vegetable oils used in margarine production come from genetically modified crops, often treated with glyphosate, a chemical herbicide linked to various health concerns. When all is said and done, margarine is far from the simple churned cream that makes butter. For a healthier alternative, consider butter from grass-fed cows or spreads made from avocado or olive oil. And speaking of indulgent choices, let's take a step into the world of luxury. Our next product is Kopi Luwak, the so-called most expensive coffee in the world. But its true cost might not just be financial, it could also be ethical. 3. Kopi Luwak, the dark side of luxury coffee. Kopi Luwak, or civet coffee, is hailed as one of the most exclusive beverages in the world. With a single cup costing upwards of $35, it's a symbol of indulgence, sophistication, and luxury. But behind the exotic narrative of civets and coffee cherries lies a bitter truth, one that makes this coffee anything but ethical. The process of making Kopi Luwak starts with the Asian palm civet, a nocturnal animal native to Southeast Asia. In the wild, these civets eat ripe coffee cherries, and their digestive enzymes ferment the beans, supposedly resulting in a smoother, less acidic coffee. Sounds intriguing, right? The reality, however, is far from idyllic. Commercial Kopi Luwak production relies heavily on civets kept in captivity. These solitary animals, naturally shy and nocturnal, are confined to tiny cages in coffee farms. Fed almost exclusively on coffee cherries, their health deteriorates rapidly due to malnutrition and stress. Many are kept in daylight for tourist attractions, disrupting their natural sleep cycles and further harming their well-being. Even the quality of the coffee is compromised. Wild civets naturally select the ripest cherries, but farmed civets are force-fed whatever cherries are available. This results in beans of lower quality, stripping away the very reason Kopi Luwak is considered special. Adding insult to injury, studies estimate that over 80% of Kopi Luwak sold globally is fake, regular coffee marketed at a premium price. The cruelty doesn't end there. The growing demand for Kopi Luwak has turned it into an exploitative industry, where profits overshadow ethics. Even with claims of wild-sourced Kopi Luwak, verifying authenticity is nearly impossible. Instead of supporting this unethical industry, why not explore high-quality, ethically sourced coffees that offer excellent taste without harming animals? Luxury doesn't have to come at the cost of cruelty. Now, let's move from a premium indulgence to something far more commonplace: burgers. What's really hiding in that fast food favorite? 4. Burgers. More than meets the eye. There's nothing quite like biting into a juicy burger, whether it's at a backyard barbecue or your favorite fast food joint. For many, burgers are the ultimate comfort food. But as satisfying as they are, the truth behind what's in that patty might make you lose your appetite. Let's start with the meat itself. Unlike the image of a pristine cut of beef being ground into a patty, fast food burgers are typically made from a mix of meat sourced from multiple animals, and sometimes even multiple countries. This practice increases the risk of contamination, as pathogens like E. coli and Salmonella can spread through the blending process. And then there's the infamous pink slime, a controversial filler often added to stretch production. Pink slime, or lean, finely textured beef, is made from meat trimmings treated with ammonia gas to kill bacteria. While it's technically safe for consumption, the idea of eating meat treated with ammonia is unsettling for many. But the concerns don't end with what's in the patty. A single fast food burger can pack over 1,000 calories, and that's before you add fries and a soda. High in cholesterol, saturated fats, and sodium, regular burger consumption can wreak havoc on your heart and overall health. Excessive sodium intake, for instance, can lead to high blood pressure, while saturated fats contribute to clogged arteries and increased risk of heart disease. Fast food chains prioritize efficiency and cost over quality, which means the patties are often heavily processed, filled with preservatives, and stripped of nutritional value. What you're left with is a calorie-dense meal that offers little in the way of actual sustenance. If you're a burger lover, there are healthier alternatives. Opt for homemade burgers using grass-fed beef or plant-based patties made from legumes or mushrooms. These options are not only better for your health, but also allow you to control what goes into your food. Speaking of control, have you ever wondered what's in those sweet, vanilla-flavored treats you love? Let's dive into the surprising world of artificial vanilla. 5. Artificial vanilla, the sweet deception. Vanilla is one of the world's most beloved flavors. From ice cream to baked goods, its sweet and creamy taste is universally adored. But here's the catch. Most vanilla-flavored products don't come from the fragrant beans of the vanilla orchid. Instead, they're made using synthetic compounds, or something even more surprising. One unexpected source of artificial vanilla flavor is castoreum, a substance secreted by the anal glands of beavers. Yes, you read that right. Beavers use castoreum to mark their territory, but its scent closely mimics the rich aroma of vanilla. While rarely used in food today due to its high cost, just knowing that this ingredient has been used in the past might make you think twice about where your vanilla comes from. More commonly, artificial vanilla is made using vanillin, a synthetic compound derived from sources like lignin, a byproduct of the wood pulp industry. While this method is cheaper and more sustainable than harvesting natural vanilla beans, it's a far cry from the authentic flavor many people assume they're consuming. The problem with artificial vanilla isn't just its source, it's also part of a broader trend in processed foods. Chemical processing often strips away the natural qualities of ingredients, replacing them with synthetic additives. While artificial vanilla is generally considered safe, its overuse highlights our reliance on cheap, artificial alternatives that lack the depth and complexity of the real thing. For a more authentic experience, look for products made with real vanilla extract, or better yet, try using whole vanilla beans in your cooking. While it might cost a little more, the difference in flavor is well worth it. From the sweetness of vanilla, let's move to a tangy companion found on tables worldwide: ketchup. What's really in that iconic red bottle? 6. Tomato ketchup. The sugary secret. Tomato ketchup is a household favorite, a condiment that finds its way onto everything from fries to burgers and even eggs. Its sweet and tangy taste seems harmless enough until you dig into what's really inside that iconic red bottle. The biggest surprise? Ketchup is packed with sugar. In fact, just 2 tablespoons of ketchup can contain as much sugar as a chocolate chip cookie. Most store-bought varieties rely heavily on high-fructose corn syrup, HFCS, a cheap sweetener derived from corn. HFCS has been linked to numerous health concerns, including weight gain, insulin resistance, and an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. For children and adults alike, regular consumption of HFCS-laden ketchup can contribute to long-term health issues. But sugar isn't the only culprit. Ketchup also contains a high amount of sodium, with just a few servings pushing you closer to your daily limit. Excessive sodium intake is a well-documented risk factor for high blood pressure, heart disease, and kidney problems. Then there are the preservatives and artificial additives. Many brands use chemical stabilizers and flavor enhancers to extend shelf life and maintain consistency. While these additives are deemed safe in small quantities, the cumulative effects of consuming them daily are still a cause for concern. Another hidden issue is the acidity in ketchup, often due to the inclusion of citric or malic acids. For those prone to acid reflux or heartburn, regular consumption can exacerbate these conditions. The good news? Healthier alternatives exist. Many brands now offer ketchup made with natural sweeteners like honey or agave and reduced sodium. Or you can try making your own ketchup at home. It's surprisingly easy and allows you to control the ingredients. From the tangy reality of ketchup, let's turn to something even more colorful. Ever wondered what gives your favorite red foods and drinks their vibrant hue? The answer might not be what you expect. 7. Red food dye. A bug's life in your food. The vibrant red color of your favorite foods and drinks, think strawberry-flavored candies, yogurts, or even some juices, often owes its brilliance to an unexpected source: insects. Yes, many red food dyes are made from the cochineal bug, a tiny insect found in Peru and the Canary Islands. The process begins with harvesting these bugs, which are dried, crushed, and processed to extract a red pigment called carmine or cochineal extract. Shockingly, it takes about 70,000 insects to produce just 1 pound of this dye. While carmine is a natural coloring agent and considered safe by regulatory bodies, the idea of consuming insect-based dyes is enough to make many people pause. For those who follow a vegetarian, vegan, or kosher diet, This poses an ethical and dietary dilemma. Carmine is often hidden under ambiguous labels like natural red 4, leaving consumers unaware of its origins. If that's not unsettling enough, the alternatives might be even worse. Synthetic red dyes like Red 40 are derived from petroleum and coal tar. These dyes have been linked to hyperactivity in children and, in some studies, potential carcinogenic effects. Despite their risks, synthetic dyes are widely used in everything from baked goods to sodas because they're cheaper and easier to produce. The use of red food dyes highlights a larger issue in the food industry: the prioritization of appearance over nutrition. Bright, eye-catching colors are designed to attract consumers, but they often mask highly processed, nutritionally void products. What can you do? Check ingredient labels carefully and opt for products colored with natural alternatives like beet juice, paprika extract, or annatto. These options not only avoid the ethical and health concerns, but also offer a more wholesome approach to food. From the reds of our foods, we now move to another pantry staple that's hiding more than meets the eye: canned mushrooms. 8. Canned mushrooms. Maggots in the mix. Canned mushrooms are a convenient addition to countless recipes, from pasta sauces to soups. They offer the convenience of long shelf life and easy preparation. But the process of bringing these mushrooms from farm to can might leave you questioning their place in your pantry. Here's the unsettling truth. Canned mushrooms are legally allowed to contain a certain level of natural contaminants, including maggots and mites. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, it's considered economically impractical to eliminate all natural defects from food. For canned mushrooms, the FDA permits an average of fewer than 20 maggots per 600 grams, with no more than 5 maggots longer than 2 millimeters. While maggots and mites are technically harmless when consumed in small quantities, the thought of them making it onto your plate is enough to make most people cringe. The presence of these contaminants is a result of large-scale farming and processing methods that prioritize efficiency over meticulous quality control. But that's not all. Canned mushrooms often sit in a brine solution that contains preservatives such as sodium benzoate to extend shelf life. While these preservatives are generally recognized as safe, frequent consumption of canned products can increase your exposure to these additives. Furthermore, the canning process can strip mushrooms of some of their natural nutrients, leaving behind a less healthy product. The solution? Swap canned mushrooms for fresh or frozen ones. Fresh mushrooms offer better taste, texture, and nutritional value without the risk of unwanted extras. Yes, they require a bit more preparation, but isn't avoiding maggots worth the extra effort? As we move from fungi to flour, the next everyday product might seem just as innocent. But would you believe that your store-bought bread could contain traces of human hair? 9. Bread. The human hair connection. Bread is one of the most widely consumed foods in the world, a dietary staple across cultures and cuisines. But that loaf of bread you casually toss into your shopping cart may have a surprising secret. It could contain human hair. The culprit is an amino acid called L-cysteine, which is commonly added to bread dough as a dough conditioner. It helps soften the dough, making it easier to knead and speeding up production times for large-scale bakeries. While L-cysteine can be synthetically produced or derived from duck feathers, human hair is one of the cheapest and most readily available sources. Hair clippings from salons, primarily in countries like China, are collected, processed, and chemically treated to extract L-cysteine. The result is an ingredient that's technically safe for consumption, but ethically questionable. It's unsettling to think that an everyday food item could have origins that involve such practices. Even if the thought of human hair in bread doesn't faze you, the health implications of heavily processed, store-bought bread might. Many mass-produced breads contain additives like preservatives, artificial sweeteners, and high levels of sodium. These ingredients extend shelf life and improve texture but do little for your health. For example, the long shelf life often comes at the cost of natural nutrients being stripped away during processing. So, what's the alternative? Support local bakeries that use high-quality ingredients and avoid industrial dough conditioners like L-cysteine. Better yet, try baking your own bread at home. It's simpler than you think and allows you to control what goes into every loaf. From the soft texture of bread to the jittery buzz of energy drinks, Our next product takes us into the world of beverages, and its surprises are far from pleasant. 10. Energy drinks. A jittery reality. When you're feeling drained or need a quick pick-me-up, reaching for an energy drink might seem like the perfect solution. Their vibrant cans promise increased focus, energy, and endurance. But have you ever wondered what's really inside these so-called boosters? Energy drinks are loaded with caffeine, often far more than a standard cup of coffee. While caffeine in moderation can improve alertness, excessive consumption can lead to jitters, increased heart rate, and even anxiety. Many energy drinks contain more caffeine than recommended for a single serving, and since they're marketed as quick fixes, people often consume more than one in a day. This can lead to caffeine dependence and, in severe cases, heart palpitations or hypertension. But caffeine isn't the only issue. Energy drinks are also packed with sugar. A single can may contain up to 50 grams of sugar, well above the daily recommended limit. The result? A quick energy spike followed by a crash, leaving you feeling even more tired than before. Over time, frequent consumption of sugary energy drinks can contribute to weight gain, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes. To make matters worse, many brands use artificial sweeteners or flavorings, such as aspartame and sucralose, to appeal to calorie-conscious consumers. These substitutes, while low in calories, have been linked to digestive issues and potential long-term health concerns. One common ingredient, taurine, is often highlighted as a key component of energy drinks. While taurine is naturally found in foods like meat and fish, the synthetic taurine in energy drinks serves no proven benefit and is often included simply as a marketing ploy. If you're seeking an energy boost, consider alternatives like green tea, which provides a gentler dose of caffeine alongside antioxidants. Or better yet, focus on improving sleep, hydration, and nutrition for sustained energy without the harmful side effects. From artificial energy to artificial sweets, our next product may look fun and harmless, but gummy candies have their own unsettling secrets. 11. Gummy candy. Sweet treats with a dark side. Gummy candies are a favorite for people of all ages, from colorful gummy bears to chewy worms. Their bright packaging and playful shapes make them seem like harmless indulgences. But behind the cheerful appearance lies a concoction of questionable ingredients that can do more harm than good. The primary ingredient in gummy candy is gelatin, which gives them their signature chewy texture. Gelatin is derived from animal byproducts, including the skins, bones, and connective tissues of pigs and cows. While gelatin is generally considered safe to eat, the idea of consuming animal scraps might not sit well with everyone, particularly vegetarians and vegans. But the issues don't stop there. Gummy candies are packed with sugar, often accounting for more than half of their weight. Eating just a handful can cause a spike in blood sugar levels, followed by an inevitable crash. Over time, regular consumption of sugary snacks like gummies can contribute to weight gain, cavities, and an increased risk of diabetes. The vibrant colors and fruity flavors that make gummies so appealing come from artificial dyes and flavorings. Synthetic dyes like Red 40 and Yellow 5, derived from petroleum, have been linked to hyperactivity in children and, in some studies, potential carcinogenic effects. The fruity taste is often a blend of artificial chemicals that bear little resemblance to actual fruit. Even sugar-free gummy candies come with their own set of problems. Many use artificial sweeteners like sorbitol or maltitol, which can cause digestive discomfort, bloating, or even diarrhea if consumed in excess. If you can't resist gummy candies, look for natural alternatives made with pectin instead of gelatin, sweetened with fruit juice, and colored with natural dyes like beetroot or spirulina. From sugary confections, we move to another beloved treat with an even more surprising backstory: hot dogs. 12. Hot dogs. What's really in the bun? Hot dogs are a quintessential staple of backyard barbecues, sports events, and quick meals. They're beloved for their convenience and classic flavor. But what's inside that neat cylindrical package might make you think twice before taking another bite. The production of hot dogs begins with meat scraps, trimmings from pork, beef, or poultry that are often deemed unsuitable for other products. These scraps include everything from fat and connective tissue to less desirable parts of the animal. These ingredients are ground into a paste-like consistency, known as meat emulsion, and combined with a mix of water, starches, and spices to create the smooth texture we associate with hot dogs. To ensure long shelf life, hot dogs are packed with preservatives like sodium nitrite, which gives them their pink color and prevents bacterial growth. However, sodium nitrite has been linked to the formation of nitrosamines, compounds associated with an increased risk of cancer, particularly in the digestive tract. The hygiene standards in the hot dog manufacturing process have also come under scrutiny. In one alarming study, traces of human DNA were found in 2% of tested hot dogs, likely a result of poor handling and contamination during production. While this doesn't mean the hot dogs contain human flesh, it highlights serious lapses in quality control. Hot dogs are also high in sodium and saturated fats. A single serving can contribute significantly to your daily intake, raising concerns about heart health, high blood pressure, and obesity. If you love hot dogs but are concerned about their contents, look for organic or all-natural options that use high-quality meats without nitrites. Better yet, try plant-based alternatives made from ingredients like mushrooms or legumes. They mimic the flavor and texture without the health risks. Speaking of seafood-inspired staples, our next product dives back into the water, but this time it's farmed shrimp, a favorite with a murky production process. 13. Shrimp farming. The murky truth. Shrimp is a favorite across cuisines, from tempura to shrimp cocktails. Its versatility and rich flavor make it a top choice for seafood lovers worldwide. But while shrimp might taste delicious, the process behind farming them is far from appetizing. Most shrimp consumed globally are farm-raised, primarily in countries like Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia. On the surface, shrimp farming might seem like a sustainable solution to overfishing. However, the reality is that shrimp farms often cause significant environmental damage. Mangrove forests, critical ecosystems that act as carbon sinks and protect coastlines, are frequently cleared to make room for shrimp ponds. This destruction releases massive amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and disrupts habitats for countless species. The conditions within shrimp farms are just as troubling. Shrimp are often kept in overcrowded ponds, leading to the rapid spread of disease. To combat this, farmers use antibiotics and chemicals, some of which are banned in the countries where the shrimp are eventually sold. These chemicals can remain in the shrimp, posing potential health risks to consumers. Labor practices in the shrimp farming industry also raise serious ethical concerns. Reports of human trafficking and forced labor in shrimp farms, particularly in Southeast Asia, have highlighted the exploitative nature of the industry. Workers are often underpaid, overworked, and subjected to unsafe conditions. Even wild-caught shrimp isn't without its problems. Trawling methods used to catch shrimp destroy the ocean floor and result in significant bycatch, including endangered species. If you're a shrimp lover, look for sustainably farmed options certified by organizations like the Aquaculture Stewardship Council, ASC, or opt for plant-based shrimp alternatives made from konjac or other innovative ingredients. From shrimp to another freezer staple, our next product may remind you of childhood dinners, but fish sticks aren't as innocent as they seem. 14. Fish sticks, a nutritional letdown. Fish sticks are a freezer staple for busy families, offering a quick and convenient meal option. Their crispy coating and mild flavor make them a favorite among kids and adults alike. But behind their golden brown crust lies a reality that might make you reconsider their place in your shopping cart. The fish used in fish sticks is often farm-raised rather than wild-caught. While this may sound sustainable, fish farming practices are rife with issues. Farm-raised fish are typically kept in overcrowded enclosures, leading to the rapid spread of diseases. To mitigate this, farmers rely on antibiotics and chemicals, some of which can remain in the fish and end up on your plate. Moreover, the diet of farm-raised fish is far from natural. Instead of eating their typical diet of algae and smaller fish, farmed fish are often fed a combination of soy, corn, and other processed feed. This unnatural diet affects the fish's nutritional profile, resulting in lower levels of omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for heart and brain health. The processing of fish sticks doesn't do them any favors either. The fish is often minced into a paste, mixed with fillers and stabilizers, and then coated in batter or breadcrumbs. This process strips away much of the fish's natural nutrients, leaving behind a product that's high in unhealthy fats, sodium, and calories. Even the frying process can be problematic. Fish sticks are often pre-fried in unhealthy oils before being frozen, adding trans fats and saturated fats to the final product. A single serving can easily contribute to exceeding your daily limit of these unhealthy fats, increasing the risk of heart disease and obesity. For a healthier alternative, opt for fresh or frozen wild-caught fish fillets, which you can bake or pan-fry at home. Or explore plant-based fish alternatives made from ingredients like jackfruit or soy. With fish sticks, we've reached the end of our journey through the hidden truths of these 15 products. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered and what steps we can take next. 15. Chewing gum. More than just a sticky treat. Chewing gum is a favorite for freshening breath, passing the time, or just satisfying a need to chew. But behind that sweet, minty stick lies a surprising list of ingredients, some of which might make you think twice before popping another piece. The base of most chewing gums is made from synthetic rubber, specifically polyisobutylene, a material also used in making inner tubes for tires. This rubbery base is combined with plasticizers to give gum its elasticity, allowing it to maintain its chewy texture. While safe to consume in small amounts, the idea of chewing on a substance similar to rubber might not sit well with everyone. Then there's lanolin, a waxy secretion from sheep's wool, which is sometimes used in gum to improve its texture and softness. Though commonly found in skincare products, lanolin in your gum is not something most people expect. Chewing gums are also packed with artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sorbitol, which help keep the gum sugar-free but can have their downsides. Aspartame, in particular, has been a subject of controversy due to potential links to headaches and other health concerns when consumed in large quantities. Sorbitol, on the other hand, can cause digestive issues like bloating and diarrhea if consumed excessively. Moreover, the bright colors and intense flavors of many gums come from artificial dyes and flavorings, which, while considered safe, are often derived from petroleum products. These additives are far from the natural flavors they mimic. For those who love chewing gum, there are alternatives made with natural bases like chicle, a latex sap from the sapodilla tree. These options avoid synthetic rubber and artificial additives, offering a more natural chewing experience. From the sticky truths about gum to all the other products we've explored, one thing is clear. Understanding what's really in our food and everyday items is the first step to making better choices. Armed with this knowledge, you can take control of what you consume and avoid the hidden dangers lurking in plain sight. With that, we have reached the end of today's video. If you have come this far with us, be sure to check out other videos on the channel.